G'day, I'm Warwick Schiller and I want to talk to you today a little bit about spooking. Working through a spook with a horse. And I have two videos on YouTube that deal with this particular thing. And, I've had a number of comments, because they're a few years old now, I've had a number of comments on there that, I tried that didn't work, whatever. And I'm not going to go through the whole thing here about how you do it because I've got other videos on there. But the thing with the exercise, the exercise is, say my horse was worried about these banners over here. I've just finished filming with this particular horse that particular exercise for my online video subscription that I have on my website, and I put those banners up today because this is a reining horse and he sometimes looks at banners a bit funny, and so I put them up today and I've just finished filming and I just worked on it then. And the thing about this exercise, and I suppose I'll go through it really quickly. Like I said, there's two other videos on YouTube, but I'll go through it quickly. If I'm going along here and my horse wants to spook at that, instead of holding him here and making him stay here, I'm going to go with him. I'm going to allow him to make that mistake. And if he turns and heads off over here, I'm just going to wave my legs and apply a bit of pressure and just redirect that energy around here like this. And when he gets about here, I would let go. And if he went off over this way, as he gets over here, I'm just going to kind of wave my legs a bit, steer him around here, and then let go. And at some point in time, he will choose to stop here instead of over there, because this is the peaceful place. Over there, there's a bit of energy put into him over there. Okay, and then they get to where they stand here. And anyway, I just did this whole exercise with this horse. You can see all these tracks on the ground. We drugged the arena before I came in, so you can see kind of where the tracks are all over the place. But anyway, when I first came in here, he looked at that sign and went, "Oh, don't really want to." Now I can just ask him to walk. I'm not directing him in any way, and he can just walk up over here and stand by this sign. And the thing about this exercise, when people say, "Oh, I tried that, it didn't work," this exercise is part of a relationship with your horse. It's not so much about this exercise. It's about this exercise shows your horse you have a lot of empathy for what's going through their mind. You don't have to go over there. You can come over here, but if you come over here, I'll just wave my legs a bit. But one thing is you're having empathy for them. Another thing is you're letting them find a place where they can still their mind and just relax. Okay, and that place ends up being facing towards the thing they're bothered by, but you don't actually make them do it. And anyway, I guess what the point I'm trying to make here is any exercise you do with your horse is not the be-all to end-all. It's not that exercise that fixes things. And I think a lot of people go on YouTube looking for an exercise that's going to fix their particular horse. Every exercise I do with every horse has to do with allowing those horses to make mistakes, allowing those horses to tell me, "Hey, what's on your mind?" He tells me what he wants to do, and then he figures out the easiest way to do it would be to do what I want to do, but there's no way I force them to do it. And even at clinics, I'll have people and they'll go, "Yeah, I have trouble on my horse because of this." And I say, "Well, set them up and let's see it." And they go to put the bridle on and the horse doesn't want to put the bridle on. And there's a, "Get that thing." So they shove the bridle on them and then they get on and they wonder why their horse doesn't trust them. Does that make sense to you? So like this exercise right here, it builds a lot of trust in these horses. And we've had this horse for about 8 months. About 5 or 6 months ago, back in the wintertime, I was riding at the place I used to train at here, Gilroy Gates, and he would spook at everything. Like, I've spent hours and hours and hours doing this thing. So basically, I've spent hours and hours and hours going, "Hey, I understand what's wrong. I understand that thing scares you, and I'm here to help you through it." It's not like, "Get over here, you stupid son of a gun." I've never once actually done that to him. And today, like I said, I brought him out here and I put these up and he kind of went, "Oh, that's a bit weird." And 5 or 10 minutes later, he came over here and it's like they're not there. And basically they get to where they trust your judgment. There's a saying that goes around the internet. Different people have said it, but it's like maybe a Ray Hunt meme or something, but it says something like, it's not that you get your horse not scared of everything. It's you get your horse to look to you for direction and guidance when they do get scared. I think that it's something like that. It's basically get them to trust you when they're scared and they say, "Hey, what do you think?" And when I do that exercise, and he goes away from there and I wave my legs and steer him around, I let go there, and after a while, you can do a couple of loops and they're like, "Oh, well, if you think it's okay, you've never let me down before, I'll just go over here and And I know it's not going to bother me because you've never ever let me down before. I trust you. So I guess that's what I'm trying to say here is everything you do with your horse builds trust in stuff, and you can have something that they might be a bit concerned with, like these banners flapping in the wind here, and you know, do a little bit of work, and 10 minutes later they're perfectly good with it because of every other bit of work you've done up to that point in time. So anyway, hope that helps. We'll see you guys next time.